You're listening to KSFS Radio San Francisco. KSFS is proudly brought to you by the Department of Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts at San Francisco State University. Some rights reserved under the Creative Commons license. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome, welcome. This is Nerding Out. Everything nerdy, all things nerdy, every time, all the time. My name is Nico.
And this is Gabe.
And yes, it's been like 2 weeks since we've done our last episode. Since spring break, and now we had that sudden, I think, Cesar Chavez.
Yeah, Cesar Chavez Day.
Cesar Chavez Day, and yeah, I mean it's pretty nice at least just to have a little bit more break. But man, it's been a while. But yeah, it's good to be here, y'all. A lot of stuff has changed around the studio in terms of just equipment and all the new stuff that we have so far. Also, let me try this first to see if this works on the radio.
Did you put up the array?
Oh, it's off. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There. Okay. So, as you can see, the array has like a lot of stuff that we can do now. Probably there's like a lot of promos, a lot of sound effects that is here set, but it might be interesting to see if we can put some custom ones when we figure it out eventually, like next week.
Hopefully.
Because next week, I think, well, this week is test quiz, and then next week is just a normal class, so we'll see how that goes. But we are currently live here also with the KSFS app. KSFS app is on the Google App Play Stores, but also what we have working on right now is our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KSFS radio station. We had to like fix some stuff with this new PC in terms of running OBS, but right now we have it set, I think.
Yeah,
but it should be set.
It's running.
It's running, and the audio should be feeding through the website, so it should all be set as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff has changed, and man, kind of excited to see what will pop up for the Twitch channel, really, because well, right now it's kind of limited because of credentials needed for OBS to run everything, but other than that, it's solid. It's pretty solid. Now we're streaming to you live over on internet radio and twitch.tv.
Yeah,
nice. So yeah, let's get started. So Gabe, what did you do these past 2 weeks?
Past 2 weeks. Wow, that's quite a bit. I'll condense it as much as I can. Last weekend, my friend asked me to come to Temecula with him, which is nice. A little city near LA. And apparently, Dean Norris from Breaking Bad bought a cafe for some reason. And then good, that's a good one.
It'll be a feature.
We went, they had a drink called the Heisenberg. I don't think it tasted that good. I kind of didn't want to buy it. I would not buy it again. Drove back. Truck drivers are terrible drivers that merge into your lane constantly.
Oh god, truck drivers.
And now this past weekend, what did I do? I just helped a friend move, and then I went to I think it's like the Alameda flea market yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's some flea market that only happens like the first Sunday of each month. And then we went for a little bit. I found a N64 for $60, but
not bad.
I didn't buy it because I knew I wasn't gonna use it. But yeah, it was a pretty cool deal. And yeah, today's Hatsune Miku Day. I'm gonna go to the concert.
Nice.
I'm gonna see Hatsune. Hatsune. And yeah, I'm excited for today. Big plans, big moves.
It's been a while since I've heard like Hatsune Miku in a while, because I've been in like the VTuber like sphere for these like past few years, and hearing Hatsune Miku has been like it brings me back, really. It's crazy, to think about Hatsune Miku really in terms of like the music Vocaloid sphere, and how like spawned a lot of stuff in the internet like media. But it's exciting to see what's up, especially a lot of stuff has been building in San Francisco lately, and a lot of events are popping up. Kind of excited to see when round one will pop up, as I said countless times
Oh, wow.
in the studio here. So it'll be interesting to see if we're gonna get some like pump it up, some Dance Dance Revolutions and all such, and then like those.
Dude, we need a round one here, bro.
I mean, there's going to be one, but it will probably take a bit.
I need it now, Nico.
The thing is that I always go to Stoneside, right? And I always like check where places are, where things are being built, and I haven't found where the heck are they going to build the round one. I thought it's going to be underneath the Target, and then they closed that portion for some reason, and then I checked upstairs at the second floor near like the Daiso area,
Yeah.
and then nothing has been like there yet, so I'm still waiting. It's already like April, but probably might be a bit. So I'm like, oh, okay. But
So what do you do, Nico, over the last 2 weeks?
oh god, it's kind of weird, really. Like a lot of the stuff has been cleaning so far, but I've been attending like parties and such from family members because one of my grandparents is already reached 90 years old, which is a very big
wow.
milestone.
Yeah, dude.
It was like it's a fairly big gathering, but we were like in a small like restaurant area, so it was kind of crowded, but it was surprisingly enough that it was everyone that arrived with at least a table and a chair. So it's sad, nothing too crazy really, but other than that, in terms of the last week, I was just going out to okay, so turns out that we have an amoeba. If anyone who knows amoeba, it's like a entertainment store that sells like CDs, music, and DVDs and Blu-rays and all such. And it's my first time going, and I went there, and it was like it's hella big.
Oh yeah, dude. It's amazing. I love Amoeba so much.
Weirdly enough, in my time like living here in San Francisco, the only places I've been to is the Visadero, Downtown, and Japantown. That's basically the only three things I've been going to, like, in terms of frequently. But I visited Taravel on last week, and it was pretty nice. It's pretty chill there. Like, I like there, but I kind of got lost getting there because it turns out that there was construction heading to the M train. So the 43 is where you take like the route to Taravel. And I stopped at the M station where it enters through like the tunnel and stuff, and then I got out and I had to like wait for like a few hours, and then I took the train that was supposed to be like the L train.
Yeah.
It turns out that it goes to the sfsu. So I just got out and then I just waited. I just took the bus there. I'm like, okay, I could have just taken the bus in the first place. Like, oh,
Dude, you should get this app on your phone. Everyone should get this app. It might be spyware. It probably is. It's probably 100% spyware. But it's like it basically tracks, it like paths out every like location you've been at, and then it's like a game where it's like it tells you the percentage of the world that you've explored.
Oh, that's pretty nice. What is the app called?
I don't remember.
What the heck? Oh my!
But I think you could just look it up on Google, bro. Google could look up anything.
Oh, we'll probably see how that goes.
But what's it called?
It sounds like something from Waze or something.
So yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure it started with a W, but it was the app's super cool. I've been meaning to download it, but I haven't because I'm a bum.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes as well. But other than that, though, there's like a bunch of stuff that's happening this weekend. We'll probably talk about it at the end of the episode, but there's a lot to talk about. So yeah, let's get started. So, anime as usual. It's been throughout our lives, from like young to old, and like all over like many different decades now. Kind of remember when watching getting into anime back when I was migrating from the Philippines. There was this channel called the Anime Network, which is only available on like on demand like services. We had like a specific one for like there's like a specific one for AT&T. I forgot the name, but they had their own like DVR service similar to like DirecTV, and you're able to watch on demand stuff. This was like before streaming services and all such. Channels were able to like host their like videos or whatever episodes on on the box. So one of the channels that I've watched was, well, not channels, but one of the networks I've watched was the Anime Network. It was more, I would say it's more, the animes that were shown were like more like low key, not
Yeah.
like animes that you have like seen that are mainstream, like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and all such. We have like animes like the Pet Girl Sakura, so right.
Yeah.
It's if anyone doesn't know the anime, it's an anime about, I think they're high schoolers. They're studying animation, anything in the arts related, and they're like following their lives in this like very in this dormitory, which is like I think a mixed dormitory, but it's more of like a very um a dormitory hosted by eccentric people, with different like personalities and all such, right? So I think I think personally to this day I feel that the Pet Girl Sakura so is I think an anime that I cherished a lot, really. I know it's very comedic, but during that time I didn't know what college was, right? Like what the experience is here in the US. So the feeling that you're transitioning from high school to college was something that I haven't felt yet, because young old me didn't know what school properly was until I actually got into like elementary school. So it's it's one of those animes that I guess I got into, and then there's Angel Beats.
Angel
Angel
Beats was
Beats.
too goated, bro. I cried
Yeah.
at the end.
I know someone in the streaming world hated the Angel Beats. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fight now. But it's yeah, Angel Beats was, I think, the actual first anime that I've gotten into that is not, as I said before, from a shonen anime, or from a mainstream like anime that you see in Adult Swim or all that such as well. Do you have any first animes that I guess drawn you into like anime in general, Gabe?
I think. Okay, so I watched Dragon Ball growing up, but I didn't realize that was an anime
Ah,
because it wasn't on Toonami. It was like one of like the spin-off Nickelodeon channels.
Spin. Oh my god.
It was like, I think I remember
Nickelodeon
the
Toons?
something like that. It was like channel.
Because there's like
301.
there's like three.
On DirecTV.
Yeah, there's like three. There's Nickelodeon, and then there's the East and West, which is kind of like the time zone, and then there's Nick Jr., which is like for children, and then there's Nicktoons.
It might have been Nicktoons.
Yeah.
All I remember was every once in a while they would have a gorilla.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the gorilla gag was, but he would be like, "It's Gorilla Power Hour, no ads for 30 minutes." And
I think I might have heard of that.
and then they keep on playing the gorilla ad like in between, and it's like, all right, man. But like, I watched Dragon Ball a bunch. Didn't realize it was an anime. I was like, dude, this cartoon is fire. And then I think in middle school, my friend was like, dude, you should watch Fairy Tail. This is so fire. And I was like, what's Fairy Tail? I was like, that's kind of a weird name for a cartoon. He's like, no, bro, it's anime. And I'm like, what the heck is an anime? And so I think off Fairy Tail, I watched a bunch of like I don't know. I just watched like I think a bunch of just like seasonals at the time. I remember I watched Trinity 7, which was like,
Is that the one with the
I think
the dude with the gun?
I don't know. He's like he's living with his childhood best friend.
Best friend, and all
then-
of them are
and then he-
women.
And then he
I
goes to
think
a magic school or something.
magic school. Yeah, his catch is that he has a gun.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a way back. Oh my god.
Yeah. Then I watched No Game No Life.
Okay.
What else did I watch? I'm trying to remember, but like some of these have just like faded into obscurity in my head.
There's like a bunch, really. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, in the earlys, yeah. And then what's it got? And then I just started to watch seasonals. I just went down the shonen and pod loop pipeline, and then here we are, me just catching up on seasons.
It's been a while. I have like properly like stopped to like watch anime because I've been busy with like just graduating and like studies and stuff. But it's interesting. In the beginning of like 2010s, we got like a lot of animes that began their fandom, right? You got your Sword Art Online, you got your Attack on Titans, you got a lot of animes that started like showing I don't know, I feel like it's a golden age back then.
100%.
You know, Tokyo Ghoul's a lot of stuff that catered to a lot of people. I mean, there's still animes that cater to a lot of people nowadays, but in terms of anime as a whole, beginning to pop up in the main stage of the world, it's been wild to see, really, because back then it was companies, Funimation, RIP Funimation, Crunchyroll, and then like those smaller networks began to pop up as well. So you get to people weren't like as crazy yet into anime until we got to like the 2010s era. 2012 especially. 20 It's kind of crazy. 2012 was the time where people thought we were the world was ending. Oh
Yeah, dude.
okay. But yeah, it's kind of weird. We have like Sword Art Online, the pinnacle of 2012, along with End of the World being, it's kind of interesting. How the heck did the End of the World pop up? That's a thing that I've been like wondering in all these years. That's a weird like thing that happened, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen. It's like, okay.
So basically, I think it was the Mayan calendar.
Oh.
So like they were like, oh, when it's 2012, that's when like our God is gonna come back and destroy the world, and then we're gonna be like all one or something like that. It was something, I know it was like the Mayan calendar, and it said like that day the world was supposed to end, and everyone was like, oh my God, the Mayans saw gods, right? They probably know this is right, and then it didn't happen.
I was like, oh.
And then people were like, we're never trusting the Mayans ever again, bro.
That reminds me, there's an internet it's kind of like a weird pivot, but connecting to like 2012 and all that. There was an internet historian video where it was about like I think it was an evangelist, whatever, and he was like predicting like, oh, like the end of the world is this and this, and then he went through like all these like hoops and all that such just to justify it. And then there was this dude, I think was in NYC, New York City, and he was like preaching and all that. Like he was not the preacher. It was more like someone who got invested into that idea. And then a lot of people, even like news outlets, like went with like were waiting for what to happen. And then what the saddest thing was that the ones who were affected by this, like, I would say scam at this point, where they want, some of them like sold their properties and all such. Some of them like used all their money and all such. And the fact that, and then the news outlets, when it was almost time, when it was time, they were like wondering what is happening. And then that basically was it.
It's so
crazy.
weird. It's so weird to think about in like the 20 like 10s, 2012s. Like I think up until like 2015 was like the last time I saw it. But then like people just outside, the end is near. Like, bro, what are you on about, dude? Like, I don't know, dude. I feel like people always try and like psych themselves up to be like, I'm the one that knows the world's gonna end. Like, no, bro, you're just tweaking, bro.
Yeah, and even I mean, I'm not very religious as well, but my parents are. Even then, in terms of like they're like usually in like just the normal Catholicism, usually when terms like the end of the world, it comes down with that no one knows when it is really. I mean, that's what they think, but it's kind of funny to see people just like preach that in terms of like the predictions end, but it's I guess that's just how it is with the world nowadays.
I guess like the closest thing we have to like predicting the world is gonna end is like when people just go online and then they're like, oh bro, something bad's gonna happen on March 18th 2026. I said it right here, folks. March 18th, 2026. Man. Stay inside.
Stay inside. Oh God.
And then it becomes viral, and then it becomes a joke until that day shows up, and then nothing happens. And they're like, we are blessed by God.
Okay. Yeah, that's a weird pivot, but yeah. In terms of anime, back at it again.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online popped off in terms of popularity. The realm of the
Aincrad.
It's kind of weird to explain, but it's an isekai. technically. You know, video games, VR, AR, all that such was like a very big hype word, hype keywords as well. You know, YouTube. It got into the point where, you know, it's very like well known, even if you don't, you know, follow anime too much, because of just the impact it has, you know, with similar subcultures, you know, games, internet, all that such. So I don't know, how did where were you there when I guess SEO was like a big thing, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think I was like, what's it called? I think season 2 was releasing when I got into it, so I finished all of season.
Oh, like
1.
GGO, right? GGO,
Yeah,
the one with the guns.
yeah, the guns. And then I was like, SAO's so lit. I can't wait till they create full dive gear.
Oh.
And then dude, this is like my biggest pet peeve. We are in Einkrad for half a season, and then they're like, all right, what's it called? I don't even know what the other game's called. The one where they fly and they're all elves.
Oh, Alfheim.
Yeah, Alfheim, bro. Dude, come on, bro. Really? Half a season in what the title of the anime is called,
Yeah.
bro. And then we're in Alfheim, and then we're in Gungale, and then we're on Alfheim again, and now we're in none of them.
Yeah.
Now it's like, why even name it that, you know? If it's only like such a small part in like in the franchise.
I guess it's I don't know, because okay, I it's kind of weird, but I think they tried to like pivot into something else. I guess they tried to have people be hooked on the aspect of you die in real life, you die in the game, you die in real life. But I guess they just want to. Usually, with terms of anime, they try to hook you into with the shock factor. That's what Goblin Slayer did in terms of the first episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's just like really the momentum it had during that time was something peak. But I think people realized that the tone shift too much with the second half of that season. So that's where people, I guess, got like a sour taste, quote unquote, with Alfheim Online for the first season.
I definitely think the later seasons, like Alicization, is a lot better.
Yeah.
Like writing wise, world wise,
And
it's
the combat,
it's everything's a lot more better with this, dude. Maybe they should have just started off with this.
Yeah, but I guess that's just how it went through. Because now to think about it, they made I haven't seen it yet, but they made like a I won't say remake, but more like a reimagining of SEO season 1 and the Lens of Asuna.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I don't know what
is that even out?
I think it's out. I think it's been a while. Not gonna lie with SEO in general, but they made, because other than the seasons, they made like movies and all such. So I'm assuming they probably made it into like a movie feature instead of like a episodical feature. So
Probably.
I might have to check that on in the future, in later down the line. But yeah,
You know what I find is absolutely insane to think about?
which one?
Or it's like in like the early ages of like anime kind of leaking into the US.
Yeah.
People were absolutely, they're like, anime's for nerds, and then like,
Oh yeah,
then-
yeah.
dude. And then nowadays it's just like
It's a normal part of our life, technically.
Yeah, I know. Like people go up to each other. Yo, you watching the new anime episode? He's like, no, I don't watch anime. He's like, who are you, bro? You're a weirdo. It's crazy. And
Yeah,
like
it's a cultural shift, really. You know, something that became a subculture now becomes a mainstream. It's not exclusive to anime, really. It's you know, streaming, video games, virtual reality, AR, all that such. You know, it takes time for it to be really, you know, be accepted, quote unquote. But in the beginning, it's seen as, you know, nerdy, uncool, and all that such. But you know, what's crazy to think about is that there's a lot of cosplayers on on the internet. Instagram was like one of like my first like social medias and still using today that is consistent comparing like the other like websites. And I guess just the nature of it just like spawn like very worldwide, because of the internet, that's what I feel. Because back then in anime, people will be able to watch animes through like VHSs, right? VHSs, television networks. The scope of the medium was like small at first, but with the internet like popping off, YouTube and all that such, and other stuff like softwares and other means, people were able to like just create stuff, really, be able to like I guess connect with people more than ever. Really, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like early animes was very. I feel like it was very linear line. I feel like everyone enjoyed the same things, and like there's very little disagreements about like who's stronger or like what anime is better. I felt like everyone kind of respected each other's like ideas and opinions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now like the like current anime state is like lightweight, kind of degenerate. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, you
like,
got the crazy like fandoms and all
like
that.
yeah, like they're always trying to like power scale each other. They're like, oh yeah, Deku could definitely fight Goku, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then like they're actually serious about it. It's like,
And then my
oh,
anime
haha.
list as well.
Dude.
You get the crazy, the Full Metal Alchemist versus Frieren at this point. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen the update yet, but I don't know if Frieren's still number one. But man, it's been crazy, especially just going to like my anime list is really like the popping website in terms of just conversational anime, and anything that you like. Usually when so just the backstory. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a very like well-known anime, like, right? People like it for its story, the characters, and like just the world itself. So it's it's an anime that's still number one in terms of like the rankings of animes of all time in that website. But time and time again, people have there's some animes that have overtaken it. I don't know the back of my head, but there were some that were kind of took over just for a bit, and then Full Metal Alchemist just took it back up. Like, oh, okay. And then recently with the anime Frieren, it's a very good fantasy anime. It's been like a breath of fresh air. Technically, it took over for a bit in when it was first released, and like the reviews and all such. So I haven't seen it really if it's still number one, but might have just come back into Full Metal Alchemist. So yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy really just to like see the like just like different like fandoms really just make an anime into something else. Really, you get it spawns from the animes to fan arts to other fan animations and like edits as well. Edits like YouTube edits really are very very common.
They're pretty cool. I
yeah,
can't
like
even lie.
AMVs specifically, but it's a a lot of people being passionate about what they like, and as I said before, cosplay is a very big thing when it comes to anime, because people wear their favorite costumes and characters and all that such in conventions. It's kind of crazy really to think about it now. Like places like Fanime, Anime Expo, San Diego Comic Con, and Kawaii Con, WeebCon, whatever. There will be people that will cosplay your characters. Even like big, small, whatever. It's a lot, really. Not gonna lie.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see like the amount of work people put into their cosplays too, because some of them are like super complicated. Like I saw like an actual like working Iron Man one and stuff like that. Where
Yeah.
Like that's fire, dude. Like,
Yeah, you get the talented people out there when it comes to anime, like when it comes to just costume making and all such, and it gets wild to see,
And it's crazy because some of like a majority of them are just like regular people. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's like this guy who like goes around asking cosplayers. He's like, "What's your actual job?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm an accountant. I'm a financial advisor. Like,
yeah, you got like the people who wear like crazy outfits, and all of a sudden they just work like a normal job. Like, what?
yeah, dude.
What the?
I'm a computer engineer, and he's like in a full like 1-1 Reinhardt suit.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
It's like, wow, that bro is spending that money on the suit,
spend that,
bro.
yeah, probably spend the money or made it itself. That would be crazy. Like,
Yeah, dude.
either way, dude. That's in terms of seeing like people from different backgrounds in life. It's insane, really. The passion, really. From games to movies or whatever. It's crazy to think about because it's just passion at the end of the day. Being able to express yourself. Especially in cons. Where people often get stressed and all such, and then you have these cons. That has people in one general location. Meet up and talk about stuff or just like find new people. Really, it's gonna be interesting to see if, because okay, so Fanime is happening in May, which is technically after graduation, and I'm thinking if I should go to Fanime right after graduation at the Giant Stadium, which is
I think you should go. You deserve it. You're graduating.
But here's the thing though. It's kind of weird to think about because Fanime, I think, is currently in a strike. The ones who are volunteers, which is kind of like a moral thing, but I'll probably have to see if I'll actually go through.
Are you gonna pass the picket line, Nico?
Oh, it's kind of weird. But if I don't go, I'll probably just go around the area because there's like a bunch of places that kind of want to visit around the area. Like Guildhouse, for example, is a pretty good place. I think the only place that has like a PC cafe, really. It's kind of weird. We haven't got a PC cafes here in SF, really, which is kind of interesting.
Kind of sad. A PC cafe would have been super lit in SF, dude.
Yeah, it's yeah, I wish we had that, but we'll probably hopefully in the future, because a lot of stuff has been building here in the city, and then it'll be surprising to see what pops up. Sully Hall,
Maybe gentrification will bring us.
Oh
here.
no, hell no, no. Okay, we'll be right back, y'all. Don't go away. We'll be talking about just some stuff that is happening in the weekend, and then some other anime stuff. But yeah, we'll be right back. We'll listen to some PSAs, and we'll see you all in a few seconds. Take care. We'll be right back.
Looking for a space to wind down after a long Monday evening? Join us on Midnight Drive, a show where we listen to mellow melodies and comfortable conversation. Join me, your host, Nathaniel, every Monday night from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. for a smooth midnight drive, only on KSFS Radio.
It's the question that drives us, Nina. You know the question, just as I did.
What is that smell?
It's not the Matrix we're questioning. It's literally who farted in here on School of Flux. We probe into this vital question with maximum emission. Here's what some of our most gastronomical listeners have to say about our show. Karl Marx says,
"This show smells like Scheiße."
Oprah said,
"You get a car, you get a car, you get a car."
And God himself even said,
"Let there be farts."
School of Flux, a show literally about farting. And yeah, okay, also about philosophy, freedom, and the nature of flux. It's actually kind of serious in here sometimes. It all airs at Thursdays at 2 o'clock, only on KSFS.
Crave is more than a show.
It's a community where every voice matters.
And every passion deserves a spotlight.
Tune in every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 19:30 to 21 Central European Time on beccamedia.net.
Crave Radio, where Italy meets America.
The Honey Pot with Henna B. Tune in every Monday night at 7:30 for jams as smooth as honey.
Be funny with my money, honey.
This is KSFS Sports Radio. We got next SF. We're your host AJ
and Max Schmeling. We're live every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's intense. You want to win the damn game.
Might be the greatest Bay Area athlete of all time.
If it happened, he would be hired tomorrow. Teams would fire their coach.
I do not want to see Klay Thompson in a Laker jersey. I do not want to see Draymond Green in a Detroit Pistons. I don't want to see Curry in a Charlotte Hornets jersey.
Follow the Instagram at We Got Next SF.
Also check out the KSFS radio app on all platforms.
KSFS Radio would like to thank our underwriters. Kayara Consulting of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, services for international real estate. And Bed and Biscuits of Marin, boarding and daycare for small dogs and grooming for all. And I would like to thank Alice Becker, incorporated in Novato with over 30 years of experience in the fashion industry. Their support keeps KSFS on the air, and we urge you to support their businesses as well. Thank you, underwriters. Yeah, welcome back. This is Nerding Out, everything nerdy, all things nerdy, every time, all the time. We were just talking about anime and just things that we have noticed in terms of like the subculture becoming to mainstream. So this weekend, it's kind of crazy as it coming back to the conversation of this weekend. A lot of stuff is popping up really in terms of what's popping here in the Bay. One of the things that I want to talk about is the Cherry Blossom Festival. It's a very big festival here in San Francisco's Japantown. Happens every second and third weekends of the month of the year, and yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what's popping there as usual. It's been a bit since I've like properly like visited. Last year was kind of like okay, and all such, but we were getting out of the pandemic at first, so not a lot of stuff was being shown, just shown, but a lot of stuff has been being built on in there really. Last weekend I went to the Anime Center at in I think the West Mall. I'm kind of I get confused kind of with the malls, and their Bandai has opened shop there.
Oh yeah.
If anyone here is unfamiliar, gachapons are small like spherical things where you usually get like a prize inside, and it's like as I said before, gacha system. So it's you get $2 for a token, and then you put that coin in to the capsule thingy, whatever. There's a specific name for it, but you get in, you open it, and then you get a spherical ball. You open it and you get your item. There's a lot of stuff that is being given. Spike's Family, Dragon Ball, some car keys, which is interesting, but then some other like branded stuff, which is kind of interesting to like see, really, because it's been a lot of stuff, as I said before, has been built, and it's interesting to see what else they're going to build in Japantown. Really, a lot of places, a lot of areas have been like closed down, since 2022, but new opportunities begin to pop up as well.
Yeah, dude.
Some of the it's interesting really, because Japantown has been one of the places that I frequent to a lot, way back when, even in high school, like we're talking about like 2016, when I got my first clipper, when I got my clipper card to go to work, and then all of a sudden I just immediately scrammed to Japantown just to like buy some food or whatever. It's been a long while really that I've been just visiting the place time and time again. But and then Cherry Blossom, as I said before, the first time I went to Cherry Blossom was like when I was like young. There was like a lot of like, it was different back then, and I don't remember, but seeing like different like booths and like other vendors and other like stuff that's been happening around the city, around the area as well. It's been pretty wild so far, and I haven't got okay. So there's a cosplay parade, right? There's like a cosplay parade where people will like just go in there and just go along the parade, right? And then all of a sudden, I think there were some people that like asked me what my costume was on the sidewalk, and I was, I'm Finn from Adventure Time, which is kind of crazy to think about. Now that I think about it, because it's cosplay is something that is widely known, and people will take notice. People say, "Oh, what's your costume? Oh, can I take a picture?" It's a very good etiquette, really. Just people just like wanted to like take a picture, really. But it's been crazy so far to just like experience now that I'm like about 24 years old. Just seeing what has changed, what hasn't changed in the city is very nice. Come to think about it, have you been to Japantown a lot, Gabe?
I would say like the start of COVID, I started to go a lot, and then COVID kind of shut everything down.
Oh yeah.
So then kind of stopped going, but then when they did open it up, just like you could just like you need to wear masks.
Oh yeah.
I would always go to the bookstore and look at manga.
Oh, Kinokuniya?
Yeah. And then I would. This was like my usual like routine. I would go there, get some takoyaki maybe, and then I would eat it on the way to the store, probably finish it, and then I just like check out manga. And I did have a phase where I was buying manga. I think I only like have like one complete set.
Nice.
And I just have like a bunch of like random one chapters that I haven't started. But I do have a bookshelf, and I am planning on filling that up with manga and other books that I buy.
Nice.
So the real question is, or the real thing I have to do is just get more money to buy this.
Yes, basically. Oh my.
Because like, dude, some of the mangas are super expensive. Like,
yeah.
Especially like ones that aren't being released anymore. Like, I wanted to get Gantz, and I was like,
they sell those ones though at like the large size ones where it's like the collection, but dude, that's like expensive. I'm
yeah,
like,
dude, those are like
they're convenient,
35?
but man, they're like the higher double digits possibly, because if anyone here knows, Kinokuniya has like two floors, right? One is like the normal bookstore, and then the bottom floor is like where the manga and anime and all that such, like is at, so a lot there's different like mangas and all such, and then there's those mangas, right, that sell you like the collection of the chap or the series do you call them series, chapters, or serializations? Volumes in like one complete package. But man, those are expensive just to get them, because they're like some of them are like special artwork or whatever, like more like illustrator stuff usually that you'll find, so that ups the price. But man, those are expensive. I wish I could afford them, but oh man.
Dude, Barnes and Noble is crazy too, because they have box sets just out, and I'm like, wow, this is like,
how
have people not
oh yeah, Barnes and Noble, dude, that's been a while, dude.
Yeah, dude, Barnes, like, thinking about Barnes and Noble is crazy. They have like an entire anime section, and then, like the one at Tanfo, right, they have a vinyl section, and I'm like, how long has this been here, bro? Like,
yeah, Barnes and Noble has been around, dude. Like when I first like went here into the US, like 2006, it's still there. I don't know what's happening with Tanfo right now, but it's still there.
Yeah, dude, no, they're shutting down Tanfo, dude.
Yeah, it's shutting down.
Dude, that is.
Wait, are they actually shutting down? Because it's been there. I don't know, like, because there's been stuff that's been like popping, like the cars and all such. So I don't know what the news is. It's been a while.
So to my understanding, because I know someone that knows the owner of Tanfo, and then this is what he told me. He said that he still had like 10 years left on the lease. I don't know how, like, what year we're at right now. And then after that, they're gonna like dismantle it all and like make a bio. It's like a biochemistry.
Biotech.
Yeah, biotech like campus or whatever, and have like housing and labs there.
Yeah, that's why I said, because I was like waiting for it to be like not in that way, but dystopian. But I was waiting for it when they're going to shut everything down, and I realized like 2022, 2023, 2024, it's still there. So I was like wondering, like,
yeah,
it's kind of weird.
They probably have like, I want to say like 7 or 8 more years until they actually like turn it into something else.
Okay, because it's like, man, what the heck are they gonna do with the theater? I'm like, they're gonna destroy them.
Oh, well, they might keep the theater, to be honest.
The theater, that's gonna be weird.
Just for the workers and the
I guess
possible students there.
Because the big things that are there, right, is one, the Century Theaters, and then two is the Target that's like beside it.
Dude, the Target's not even good anymore. Dude,
it's not good?
Dude, they sealed off the Target entrance to the mall.
Huh?
So you could only get into the Target
in the parking lot.
Yeah. So and there's no other side path too.
Oh, that's pain.
So you have to. So if you want to like do shopping everywhere else, and then you want to stop at Target, you have to literally like drive around or like find an exit and walk through the parking.
Oh God, is it because a lot of stuff has been closed down and they? Oh.
I think it's just because like people steal from there so much because it's like
that's pain.
Because like even like the security guards don't even give a shit, dude. Like the fucking metal detectors don't work. And
that's pain.
It's so bad, dude.
Oh, man, it's kind of sad to see, really, because Tanford has been the other mall that, let's just say, that I frequent to, like, even before like COVID, and then now it got completely like destroyed due to like the pandemic and all such. Those 2 years. So, man, it's kind of sad to like see, dude. I mean, the only places that are like, it's kind of weird as well, because Tanford is like in between Hillsdale and Serramonte, right? And then now that the pandemic has been like lifted technically, it got worse, sadly. If that makes sense. I don't know if they were planning to sell the mall way back when, but man, it's been sad, dude. Like the momentum and stuff just like destroyed it. I'm like, oh. But yeah, getting back to the topic of Cherry Blossom Festival, I'll kind of wanna. I'm interested to see what pops up in the festival, because man, there's like a bunch of stuff that changed. Because another thing that popped up as well in Japantown itself is a monthly vintage clothing thing called Oki Marketplace, and they have like a bunch of stuff that they redesigned in the place. And one of the things that they added so far is like a small arcade section, and they have like Time Crisis, they have like beat 'em up games, and then there's this one which is like a N60 like NES rent or SNES rental, where you're able to like play like for like I think 15 minutes or whatever. You can put like a coin, and you can like play different like NES games and all that stuff. It's kind of cool, dude. It's like it's a different system where there's like a coin, and there's like there's buttons where you can pick out like the cartridges, and then there's the CRT TV, which is
that's
nice.
That's actually super cool.
It's like a section on the right side, because they redesigned. Okay, see, they began my timeline may be wrong, but they began the thing at like last year, I think, at summer, like June or May, and then they're still continuing it up until now, and then yeah, they're still here. So yeah, it's pretty nice to have.
Do they actually have cherry blossoms at the?
Yeah, they have cherry blossoms at Japantown.
That's fire.
One area where you'll obviously see there's a cherry blossom festival is in the main plaza. When you're heading to the East Mall, which is like where the main where main stuff is, like food and kinokuri and all such. You'll on the side of it, when you exit, is where the cherry blossom trees are.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then there's I may be wrong with the details, but there's some at the bridge, like the archway on the bottom, and like when it usually that place like on the bottom of the bridge of the East Mall, usually there's a place where like the small concert, the curve where like when it's Cherry Blossom Festival, they place it that area is for concerts and like music talents or whatever, and the area where there's like outdoor like food vendors, that's that area.
Oh wow, that's
there's
cool. Yeah.
That area there is, but other than that though, there's a fair amount that you'll see that there's cherry blossom and all that such. But it'll be interesting to see, because one of the things I kind of want to try on the Twitch channel is if I can like stream like the cherry blossom festival thing on the backpack, because
that'd be pretty cool. Like 3D.
Well, 3D. Not 3D, but like IRL. IRL live streaming.
Oh.
Kind of want to test it out, but we'll see because I'm still getting some parts. But one of the things I'm trying to get before the end of the week is like a tablet plan, data plan, whatever. But probably have to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited as well as this weekend as well, and then Thursday. If you know IKEA, they're opening like a food court area on beside it. I'll be going there as well. It's called Salyu Hall. There's like a lot of like
Swedish streets.
Well, it's not Swedish streets, but more like they're being hosted by like they're hosting like different like SF local like eateries. Which is pretty nice as well. Like the ones that like mom and pop stores and all such, like the ones that are very like catered to like, just like the food, not like McDonald's or just more like the very like catered ones like a taqueria, like momo noodle, Peruvian foods and all such as well, and then beers and all such. Just be excited to see. It's at Thursday beginning at 11:30 a.m. So might have to get ready at Thursday. But yeah, in terms of like getting back just for a bit to anime, what's one anime that shocked you? Those animes. It can be like either creepy or psychological or things that you didn't expect, or all that such as well.
That shocked me.
It can be like horror or psychological or some twist that made it to like a 180 direction. That makes sense. No.
Redo of Healer.
Oh, is that the one with the?
Yeah, that one's a super weird one.
Oh, that's the one with the healer that messed up, whatever.
Yeah, dude, because it came out right. It's like one of the seasonals, right? So I'm like, oh, Redo of Healer. This one looks interesting, and it's like the first episode is like so much like, it's graphic. It's terrible. It's not a good show.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay, maybe it gets better, and I watched a little bit of episode 2. I'm like, nope, I'm just dropping this. This does not get better at all. Like, it's gonna be like the same gimmick over and over again, and it's gross. It's all gross.
God. I'm assuming that I forgot the show is like, it's more of like a revenge like anime. That's from what I've heard,
it's
right?
It's like a revenge. It's a lot of revenge pornography, basically.
Ooh.
Which
it's kind of weird, but like,
no, dude, it's not. I don't know how people like sit through some of it too. Like, people sit through it and go like, this might be a little good, and it's like, no, bro, what are you on?
It can get crazy with certain like animes. Really, I remember this one anime called School Days.
School Days. That one's pretty crazy too.
It's crazy, like because the crazy thing is that I think they broadcasted it in Japan. That episode, the meme where it was like a ship or whatever.
Ship.
So the last episode is the murder, right?
Yeah. That's
the last episode, and afterwards they posted like the episode showed like a ship in like a it's kind of hard to explain because it is the tone shift just went crazy because you got the crazy scene where it's like murder, and then it's shifted to like
just like a cruise ship or something.
Yeah, cruise ship. I forgot the term, and that's just it. That's basically it. And they showed it on like television. That was crazy. Like I haven't seen it, but there's videos online where it's the end of the School Days like anime just ended with that. That's it. Nothing. There's like resolution or whatever. It's just the ship. Just crazy. I'm like, okay, I guess. But there's like a bunch of other crazy, like other like shocking animes that I don't know, kind of don't want to remember, but there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, dude. There's like, as much as good anime there's a bunch of bad ones. And like, I feel like the ones that are really bad are always like atrociously bad. Like you never want to like see them again.
Yeah.
Type stuff. It's like, how did this get animated, bro? Who read it and went like, yeah, this is gonna bring us in a bunch of money. Like,
yeah, there's a bunch that I remember. It's like a lot of like graphic ones. I don't want to mention this on the radio, but there's it's a very graphic one, and it's very like crazy, but it's an anime where, how do I say this without getting scolded? It's a very crazy one, and then it ends with the person dying, of course, but
Yeah.
it's an anime, but I don't want to. Yeah, it gets crazy, in terms like what type of anime is being shown and like the graphics nature and all such. But man, it's and then there's this the wacky ones, like Blood Sea, which you get you get like the crazy like graphic like ones where it's all action, but all of a sudden you see like people like a lot of like violence. And, oh god, it gets like there's a weird fine line, right, where there's the wacky where there's wacky and there's realistic, right? Sometimes well, technically both can be a situation, but I don't know. I think the ones that I guess hit the most in terms of like the shock factor is if it's like in the realistic end.
Yeah.
There's there's different types of violence. When it gets like the wacky end of certain animes, it just like phases you out. But if it's like something that that isn't like, that's like graphic but not to the point where it's too crazy, that's where it hits me. I don't know if there's like specific animes that if game on that end, but I don't know. It's kind of like,
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I was gonna say maybe we should stop talking about animes that could possibly get us canceled.
Oh yeah, that's basically
on
it,
air.
On air. Oh god. But yeah, but other than that though, it'll be interesting to see what comes up for the new season, really. In terms of anime.
Yeah, I think the new seasonals like had just recently dropped too. So there's a bunch of like new stuff that's coming out.
And another one that I got excited for and I need to watch as soon as possible is I think MF Ghost, which is the spiritual successor to Initial D.
Oh yeah, my friend was watching. He said it was pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into that because I heard it's pretty solid as well. But I kind of cause like cars and all such are very nice as well. But the fact that a car game, just a car anime just came back to the modern age is pretty exciting. But yeah, other than that though, thank you all for listening. This is Nerding Out. Everything nerdy, all things nerdy, every time, all the time. We'll be back as usual next week for Mondays from 12 to 1 p.m. That's our show. Thank you all for listening. Coming up next
is Jack and Josh,
and yeah, that will be it, y'all. Stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll be right back here in this KSFS radio station. This is this Nerding Out signing off. We'll see you guys next time. Don't go away, y'all. More to come.